Use a little pry tool to get this out. Little rubber dust boot. It's tight in there, so it's just easier to do it this way. So the bleeder valve here is an 8mm, so just use a little wrench, open-ended, once we attach everything. So we're going to use a one-man bleeder. What you do is you hook the open end before you open it to the end here. Make sure it's snugged in all the way down. Then we're going to use a bungee cable to make sure that the hose is at its highest point, so that way any air that's in the line will go ahead and be trapped here in the line and not go into the brake system, which would cause it to be very spongy, and that's not what we want. Right. And make sure that the other end of the hose is all the way down in the liquid, in the brake fluid I should say, so that way no air gets into the line when we depress the brake. So now that that's all set up, so we're going to go ahead and open up the valve. Like that. Making sure that the line is still in the brake fluid. Open it up so you start seeing the fluid coming out, just like that. Then we'll go inside the car, push the brake about 20 times, and then you should see the fluid changing color in there. So let's go do that. All right, and that was 20 times. You can see how dirty the old fluid is compared to the new fluid. So you just go around, do that to all 4 brakes, starting with the furthest from the master cylinder, which is the passenger rear, then go to driver rear, then passenger front, then driver front. This way you've gone through the furthest brake line from the master cylinder to the closest, flushing all the lines. And now you should be good. So next up, just to close it up. Obviously you don't want to do it too tight because the bleeder is aluminum. while your caliper is steel. So as long as you go ahead and tighten it up just enough, you should be good. Not too much force, almost just like if you were doing the drain plug on a car as you're doing that. So after that, it's all closed up. Let's just double check just to be sure. Nice and snug. We'll get a rag, pinch it there at the end, lift it up to try and catch any fluid. Then just lift the open end to the highest point that you can. So that way any fluid that's in the line can go ahead and just drain into the bottle. And that's it. If you guys would like to know how to make this one-man bleeder, just go ahead and comment in the comment section, so that way I know that's something you guys would like to learn, so then I can go ahead and just do just a video on how to do that, the diameters of the tube, you know, and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the brakes. What I'll do is on the last one, I'll go ahead and get in the car, so that way you guys can see it, you know, as you're pumping the brakes to it. Obviously, I don't recommend turning the car on just in case your foot slips off the brake and then hits the gas. So we'll go through all those steps once we get inside. So here we are back in the car, last tire, the driver front. So I'm going to put it in the run position and then pump 20 times. All right, I'm gonna hold the brake down, turn the vehicle off, back over. See, nice and clear. So now, go ahead and close the valve. Again, making sure it's snug, not overly tight. Okay. Shell towel. That'll run down. The one thing I did forget to mention is that in between each bar, you want to make sure that your master cylinder is full. Like you can fill it up all the way to the top here, so that way then there's enough fluid going through it, and then there's no air going into the line. So like as you can see, it's damn low right now. So what we're gonna do is fill it up to that max line right there. Obviously don't overfill it, just enough. There we go. And that's how you bleed the brake system. On to the next.